Welcome back. We're going to continue our discussion on naming ionic compounds. And I want to put all this information up there so you can see it. Well, the table on the right side, you do not have to memorize if you're in an online environment, but for people that are in the in-seat classes would have to memorize it to a certain extent, okay? Now, let's actually look at the rules. As always, the name of the metal is written first with no prefix or suffix. And the name of the polyatomic ion is written as it is without any prefix or suffix as well. Now, if you see all of these, compared to like a Cl minus, you see everything is like combination of two or more elements, and they all have a charge, okay? Now, I can present you with a very magnified version of this table on Moodle, but for now, this will work. All right, there's two ways to think about it. Actually, there's three ways to think about it. First, let's say I give you lithium, okay, plus phosphate. First, let's learn how to write a compound, and then from the compound, let's say we can get back the name. Okay, this is kind of awkward, but this is the best way to learn this. Lithium, we know, is group 1, so it's Li, it's a metal, so it's 1 plus. Obviously, we can only focus on alkaline or alkaline earth metal because we're obviously in ionic compounds, right? All right, and phosphate is PO4, 3 minus. Now, there's a lot of reasons for mistakes waiting to happen when people tackle these, all right? Well, first is, there's two numbers on here. Which one do we focus? Well, you only focus on the number on the top. The number on the bottom has no real purpose at this point. It has a different purpose, but not at this moment. All right, so when we swap, okay, the 3 comes over here. The 1, I prefer to write whenever I deal with polyatomic ions in brackets. The 1 comes outside of the bracket, but we don't really write the 1. For now, I'm just going to put it, but it's written as this. Okay, so that's lithium phosphate. As I said, the name of the metal and the name of the polyatomic ion is written as it is without any prefix or suffix. The suffix is already included in it. Okay, let's do some other one. But like I said, I always prefer to put my polyatomic ion within the bracket, so when you cross swap, we'll see. That's what I'm trying to say here. So let's say we have calcium plus phosphate. Okay, I can tell you, because this is not the first time I've taught this class or any other chem class for that matter, so I can see where people have periodically made mistake. Calcium is +2 and phosphate in the table is 304, 3 minus. I put it inside the bracket. Now we swap, so the 2 comes over here, the 3 comes over here. So it's Ca3, PO4. Put the 2 outside the bracket. This is correct. Now what I've also seen people do is this. There's no 42 oxygen. You're just combining 2 things. How can you go from 4 oxygens to 42? This is incorrect, okay? So how do we write the name? Well, Ca is calcium, that's the name of the metal, and PO4 3 minus is phosphate, so calcium phosphate. That's how you write ionic compounds containing a polyatomic ion. Now let's learn something else. Say I give you this, say magnesium nitride. I give you this, okay? I give you this. And I ask you to come up with the ions from, let's say I dissolve this in water, okay? That's why I said we can learn 3 things from it. Basically, this is opposite of the swap we did. So we go back again, right? There's nothing here. So the NO2 should get a 1, right? There's nothing here, right? So it's a 1. And NO2 is a polyatomic ion, and it has to be negative. There's only one polyatomic ion that I know that's positive, which is ammonium. But again, that's why I'm not focusing on that. And the 2 comes over here. So the magnesium is a metal, so it's plus. Polyatomic ion negative, so it's minus, and the 1, there's nothing, so it's 1. So let's do a couple examples here. So we can take this, same thing here. The 2 comes over here, the 3 comes over here. The Ca is 2, and it's a metal, so it's positive. Phosphate is a polyatomic negative ion, so the 3 comes over here, and it's negative. All right, now this is typically what happens. Say we put this compound in water, this is what you end with. Okay, so keep that in mind on how to do front swap and reverse swap and how to write names. And that's all the information we can extract from this particular topic. So without further delay, the next video I'm going to talk to you about transition metal compounds, both single metal cation and single anion and single metal cation and polyatomic anion. Right? So stay tuned.